Mason Nation. It's Wednesday, April 2nd. Welcome back to Mason Cable News. I'm Gina Jerome.
And I'm Desmond Jordan.
So Desmond, are you going to be enjoying iWeek this week?
Oh, definitely, of course. In fact, Mason student Jeffrey Wood already took advantage of cultural awareness overseas.
Oh, cool.
So Jeffrey Wood, a DC native and junior student here at Mason, had the privilege of interviewing First Lady Michelle Obama. Wood is majoring in both global affairs and foreign languages with a concentration in Chinese. This interview did not take place in the States, instead overseas in China at Peking University in Beijing. Wood was a recipient of the Gilman Scholarship as well as the Boren Scholarship, which solidified his intent to travel to China through study abroad. He became associated with an online broadcast by Discovery Education entitled Of the People, Live from the White House. This interview consisted of questions from U.S. middle and high school students, as well as reciprocating questions from the First Lady herself for Wood. The importance of global understanding and sensitivity was enforced, as well as Wood's experience thus far in East Asia. Wood plans to continue in his Chinese studies by attending the International Affairs Fellowship at UC Berkeley over the summer. He wants to foster a better Chinese-American relationship and further encourage U.S. students to study in China.
You know, I think it's really great that Mason students are taking advantage of these opportunities to just study abroad.
Yeah, definitely. I think I want to study abroad next year, too.
Me too. We all see the GMU police around campus, but a recent news investigation finds out that the newest member of the GMU police is a British 2-year-old. That's right, Lucy is a 2-year-old English Springer Spaniel, as well as Mason's first K-9 officer. Lucy was still in training when the bomb threats occurred on campus, but the need for a K-9 officer was apparent last year when the police were assessing security of the Patriot Center. The police realized when conducting routine checkups that most forces have a dog to accompany them on their security measures. Lucy will soon be getting a friend to conduct patrols with near the end of the year, as it seems the police department feels the need for more than one canine. Although Lucy is a lovable pup who enjoys a scratch behind the ears and the toss of the ball, when you see her around campus, refrain from petting her because she is hard at work. Even when she is off duty, her handlers say she will pick up scents around the house like nail polish remover, as she recognizes the smells from her explosive ordnance training.
I really hope I get to see Lucy around campus.
Make sure not to pet her.
Oh, definitely. Nothing bad can happen. So International Week is just around the corner, beginning on Sunday, April 6th. iWeek will consist of several cultural awareness events that are sure to enlighten students and faculty who participate. As stated by the Office of International Programs and Services, for the 34th year, Mason students from around the globe have joined together to develop a program of activities to showcase their countries and cultures and to allow us to learn and participate with them. A quick run-through of several events soon to take place are as follows: Taste of Nepal, Pathway to Peace, International Dance Competition, Teas Around the World Open House, Chinese Cultural Workshop, Foreign News Friday, and the Cultural Nights focused on Mediterranean, Israeli, Filipino, Africa, and more. iWeek will conclude with a closing dinner and ceremony in Dewberry Hall of the Johnson Center. Mark your calendars, as next week will be filled with great opportunities to learn about countries beyond our borders.
Wow, no, I definitely cannot wait for iWeek.
Yeah,
Another event I can't wait for is actually tomorrow. Tomorrow represents a huge opportunity for any student concerned about STD transmissions, as several groups will be providing free testing for HIV tomorrow between 12 and 4:30 p.m. at Sub 1 Suite 3200. For those curious, the groups include the Wellness, Alcohol, and Violence Education Services, WAVES for short, Nova Salud, and Gay Men's Health Crisis, GMHC. Don't worry, as there won't be any needles involved and everything will be strictly confidential. Once again, we emphasize that this is both free and private, so we encourage all students to take advantage of this event.
We'll be right back after a few commercial breaks. And now for your event rundown.
Tomorrow at 8 p.m. in the theater space of the Center for the Arts building, the Mason Players will feature The Rover. The Rover is a comedy that takes place in 1677, and anyone interested should go.
On Friday, the last event of Pride Week will take place, which is the annual drag show and will feature DC's best drag queens and kings. It will take place in the atrium of the Johnson Center from 8:30 to 11:30 p.m.
Relay for Life will take place in the rack from 4 p.m. to 6 a.m. The purpose of the event is to raise awareness for reducing cancer risk and will feature community and campus events.
Now on to sports with Tyler Byram.
Good evening and welcome to the Mason Cable Sports Report. I'm your host, Tyler Byram. As the warmer weather falls upon us, this weekend the women's lacrosse team will play their very first Atlantic 10 game as they travel out to play St. Bonaventure on Friday. Later on Sunday, they will return home to face Duquesne University at 1 o'clock at George Mason Stadium. The softball team will head to New York to play Fordham in a doubleheader this Saturday in hopes of getting their very first Atlantic 10 win. The Patriots will be led by Atlantic 10 Co-Player of the Week, Brooke Blankenship, who is first in the Atlantic 10 with 30 RBIs and 3 triples. On top of that, Brooke has a .385 batting average and has 3 home runs. The baseball team will play a 3-game series against George Washington University this weekend. The Patriots, currently 4th in the Atlantic 10 and 3-1 in conference play, hopes to continue their winning ways in this revolutionary rivalry. Currently, the revolutionary rivalry is tied at 6, and the winner of this series will be awarded a point, after which there will only be 6 events left to dish out. The men's volleyball team will have a busy weekend as they will travel on Friday to play Rutgers Newark and then to another EIVA rival, the New Jersey Institute of Technology, on Saturday. Then on Sunday, they will come home to host Ohio State in a rematch of the 0-3 loss early in the season. This game will be at the Rack at 4 o'clock and will also be broadcasted live on Mason Cable Network Channel 231 and online at gomason.com via Patriot Vision. In other athletics news, the George Mason baseball team defeated Cornell University 2-1 in the first game of the doubleheader. Make sure to head out to Spuyler Field to see the second half of the doubleheader right now. That will do it this week in Mason Cable Sports. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at MCN Athletics for updates throughout the weekend. Until next time, I'm Tyler Byram. See you next time, Mason.
And now for your tweets of the day.
So for our first tweet, saw a commercial on Hulu featuring the George Mason underwater hockey team by Hayden Burke.
Huh, the underwater hockey team is pretty good, you know.
Yeah, I heard about it.
My 720 was canceled. The way the sleep is about to go. George Mason University.
I can definitely relate to this tweet. I have 2 720s in this week. It's just terrible.
I have 930s and I can barely get up for those.
Yeah, sleep is definitely important for our students.
Definitely. Well, that's all the news we have for today. I'm Gina Jerome.
And I'm Desmond Jordan. Enjoy the rest of the week, Mason.